Welcome to IELTS reading by question type. My name is Asad Yaqub and I'm from Pakistan, and I'm going to tell you about IELTS reading, and this time the question type we are going to discuss that is very important and rather confusing as well. This is true, false, not given. Okay, now true, false, not given. What are they going to do? They are going to give you certain statements, and you got to see the statements are true according to the passage, or they are false according to the passage, or there is no mention of that statement, which is called not given. Now let me tell you, true, false is fine, but not given confuses a lot. Usually this happens. True and false, it's easy to decide between true and false because the chances are 50-50. But when we have not given, sometimes it's very difficult to decide between false and not given, because there is a very thin line that makes it not given from false. So I'll explain that, and I'll try to tell you about true, false, and not given. Okay, let me tell you, in true, false, not given, the questions and the answers are in the same order, right? They usually select it from one part, but if they don't select it from one part, it's going to be all across the passage. Even then, the questions are going to be in the same order. So you need to find the answer of one question, then you read ahead, you will find the next, read ahead, you'll find the next, and all that. Now basically, what is true, false, and not given? I'm going to explain that. True means the statement which is given agrees exactly with the passage, right? The statement given in the question, that statement agrees with the statement in the passage. They have the same fact, or they have given the same thing. That means it's true. False means that it contradicts. Now, for example, if I say 25,000 soldiers fought the war. Now, in the passage, they have written 24,000 soldiers fought the war. It means it is false. In the statement, they have written 25,000, and here in the passage, they have written 24,000. It is going to be false. And if they don't mention the number of soldiers who fought the war, if they mention thousands of soldiers fought the war, now this is going to be not given, because the statement says 25,000 soldiers fought the war, and in the passage they say thousands of soldiers fought this war. This is going to be not given because they have not mentioned the exact number of the soldiers who fought the war. Do you understand? Okay, very good. Now I'm going to tell you how to read the statements. You got to read, because it's very confusing. Why is it confusing? Because they have made the questions in a very tricky manner. True, false, not given is very, very tricky, and the examiners try to be very tricky when they are selecting the statements, when they are making the statements, and they are trying to confuse you. Sometimes some examiners make a difficult paper. It's just like that. The IELTS examiners, when they are making true, false, not given, they are trying to trick you as much as possible. Sometimes in order to make a statement true to false and not given, they use active voice to passive voice. Now, for example, if the statement is there was the influence of Egyptian art on other countries. There was the influence of Egyptian art on other countries, right? This is going to be what they say, a statement. And in the passage, they write, other countries were influenced by Egyptian art. Other countries were influenced by Egyptian art, right? Now see, in the statement they are using active voice, in the passage they are using passive voice to confuse you. So you got to see that also, the use of active voice and passive voice, because that might be confusing for you as well. Read the statement, and when you read the statement, you got to again translate it into your own language and read it. Over here, read the statement loudly. You're not allowed to read loudly actually, but within your mind, right, without moving your lips, you got to read the statement and translate it exactly. What does the statement say? You should be very clear, because if you're not clear about the statement, you go to the passage and you find the relevant information, then it's going to be very difficult for you to decide whether it is true, false, or not given. Now, about false and not given, I'm going to tell you sometimes there is a very thin line between false and not given. When I teach in the class, sometimes the students say this statement is false and I say no, it's not given, and then they are confused. Then I got to explain them why it is not given. So you need to see, when the statement is false, usually, as I gave you the example of soldiers, right? They might write 25,000 soldiers in the statement, and there they write thousands of soldiers. You might argue that 25,000 and thousands, that's the same thing, but that is not the same thing. Another example, if I say in China, it's just, my own created statement, okay? If it doesn't happen in China, that is something else. In China, 1 million liters of petrol is used every day. In China, 1 million liters of petrol is used every day. Now, this is what the statement says. And you got to decide whether the statement is true, false, or not given. In China, 1 million liters of petrol is used every day. Now, over there, they write, in one city of China, 1 million liters petrol is used every day. Now, here the statement is in China, and there it is one city, right? One city of China. So hence, this is going to be false. The statement given here, because here they are saying in China, and there they are saying in one city of China. So that is going to be false. And if they say in China, 1 million vehicles use petrol every day. Now that is written in the passage. In China, 1 million vehicles use petrol every day, and the statement is in China 1 million liter petrol is used every day. This is going to be not given, because there they are talking about petrol, and there they are talking about the number of vehicles. Very good. So you got to practice, and practice makes perfect. There is another trick which is going to help you. This is very, very important. I call it the reverse technique. What do I call it? The reverse technique. What is the reverse technique? Take one IELTS test, right? And at the end, see how many answers are incorrect. Now, write down the correct answer of the incorrect ones. And now your target is, this is the question, this is the answer, and now I have to prove this answer from the paragraph or from the passage. So go back to the passage to look for the answer which you know already. Do you understand me? The reverse technique is that do one passage, do all the questions, and the questions which are wrong, now write the answers down, okay? And now your target is to go back and see where this answer is. You got to find a proof of that. Once you do this reverse technique, it will help you understand the mindset of the examiner, that how tricky the mindset of the examiner is and how he's doing all that. And once you understand the mindset of the examiner, how he's hiding, sometimes when you play hide and seek with someone, right, and after playing it for a long time, you understand where does that person hide. I know there are certain places where that person can hide himself. So in the same way, you can understand the mindset of the examiner, how examiner hides the answers from you, and then you can seek those answers quite easily. So please work hard with the reverse technique as well. That is going to help you. If you really liked my video, please hit on the like button, and if you think you are learning something from this video and from this channel, please subscribe this channel, because I'm going to share further with you on IELTS, and you can easily get to know about that. And if you have any question or comment, you can write that in the comment box. I'll be glad to answer your questions if you have any. I wish you all the best, and I wish you a very good band score in IELTS. See you soon.